This week's edition of Dropping the Hammer. I'm your host, Warhammer. We're going to get through this as best we can. The quickest way to describe what happened is a massive nosebleed. I nearly bled out from the nosebleed. By the time I got back and looked at, my blood pressure was 170 over 111. And they were saying I was headed to cardiac problems while sitting there. So my heart nearly exploded. I've been extremely weak, tired, out of breath. I'm still dealing with slight bleeding, but it's, I feel, due to dry sinuses. I can feel it's cold, it's dry, it's irritated. I believe I was able to expel all of the packing. Now, this was dissolvable packing, so some of it was breaking down inside. Basically, a lot of mucus. I've had a little bit of bleeding continuously, but not much. So I'm okay now. I'm just taking it slow. I was at work, working the night shift. Was closing up. Felt a sniffle in my nose. Just wiped. Noticed it was blood. Wiped again. By the time I pulled my hand away, the faucet turned on. It was the size of my pinky. It was running down, and it made a large pool before I could get some napkins from the concession stand. Being used to nosebleeds, just held my nose closed, waited for it to stop. But every time I opened my nose to let the clots out, there was no clot. There was just more running blood. I kind of held my nose up for just a split second, and that caused blood to start running into my mouth. Once that happened, I was gagging and retching up blood the entire time. I called my boss and said, I'm having a medical emergency. I can't stop the bleed. The boss said, go to the emergency room. I drove myself to the emergency room. Every stoplight, I spit blood clots. There was a lot of stoplights. I'm not really sure how I made it. Once I got to the emergency room, I just grabbed their trash can and continuously leaked into the trash can. Told them I'll be there to answer questions, but I'm trying to keep their emergency room clean. They immediately got me a chair and wheeled me, to the side, and I was given a vomit bag to spit into and leak into. So I've got the trash can, I've got the vomit bag, and I've got my nose held. I'm constantly just spitting and retching blood. I ended up swallowing so much of it. I'm still having issues. At a certain point, I heard fluid run into my ear canals. It started with one, and then I told them it's running into my ear. When it filled up the second one, I had a loss of hearing, and a nice lady in the emergency room who was waiting as well went and told the nurse that I was doing worse. That's basically when they pulled me to the back, when it pulled in both my ears. I still have pressure in this ear. I still have an issue hearing out of this ear. It really feels like a cold. I am messed up. I know. I've got to be on heart medication now for the foreseeable future right now. We'll see how that goes. I've got a list of 20 some odd shows. But at this point, I don't know. We're going to deal with June, and then we'll see. Then we'll see. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for all the prayers. I'll see you.